Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday, everyone. How are we doing today? Guys, smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Let's see. We've got a beautiful green candle on Bitcoin. Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on, Dixie, Fahid, Waterfly? Appreciate you guys. Let's see. All right, Bitcoin currently trading at 93,519 and 68 cents. We got a little dumperoo today, followed by a beautiful wick indicative of buying pressure and a lovely, so far, bullish engulfing green candle on the 4-hour time frame. Looking good. This is what we like to see, volatility and bullish bias, bullish momentum. I don't know what you want to call it. It's just bullish. We got a nice bounce off 92K. Dominance continues to fall. We have officially lost 59% on Bitcoin dominance. I think that we have something important going on today. I might have to pull up YouTube here. I think that the White House is talking or something. There's something going on at the White House. Oops. I am going to scroll. I see nothing live so far of importance that I'm aware of. I don't know. The White House tweeted something right here. Tune in. I don't know. Are they going to be live on X? It says White House, X, and YouTube. Okay. So can we watch it on X live? How do I see that? Oh, geez. Is there audio? What is this? Text Jan 6. Hang on. Let's see if there's audio. Hold on. Patriotic lo-fi victory beats. Is this what they're... Wait a minute. Is that what this post is for? Did I get bamboozled? This is literally what they want me to tune into? Oh, geez. That's funny. What is that for? I thought that there was something important happening. All right, let's read it. I guess we got to read it. Oh, geez. Okay. At President Trump's direction, 70% of ICE agents confirm or our arrests are illegal aliens. Effort to make American energy dominant between January 20th and October 7th. The Bureau of Land Management approved some applications. CPI release, the latest, shows inflation is down. Cool. According to Gas Buddy, the national average regular gas. That is true, actually. Gas is going down. We know that. Deregulatory efforts have already saved Americans over $180 billion, $2,100 per family. Rollback of automobile-related rules alone expected to save. How is that going to save us any money? President Trump secured a historic agreement for NATO members to raise defense spending. Strongest decisive leadership of the U.S. obliterated. I'm sorry, some of this wording is kind of hilarious. They're like, we've obliterated an entire country's nuclear program. In May, blue-collar wage growth saw its largest increase. I think that this is incorrect. The manufacturing PMI is going down. Like, it's really bad. And Boston Dynamics is shipping just a ton of their Atlas bot to Hyundai. And you know that's going to become the norm. I actually made a post. Let me pull up the post because it's a great post. I feel like, I personally feel like it didn't get enough attention. That's how I feel about everything that I post, though. I'm just kidding. Right here. So, here's the original post. We've got the ISM PMI Manufacturing Index. This is what people use in lieu of the business cycle. January 6th is the anniversary of Trump's nuts insurrection. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys for being here. Tao, good day. We'll check out Tao for sure. The business cycle and the ISM PMI pretty much go hand in hand. And I've been talking about this randomly on stream. Above 50 is expansion. Below 50 is contraction. We want it above. It's below. It's been below since about 2022, 2023. And that is where Bitcoin has had kind of its weird, like, grind up kind of situation. Whereas normally, I assume we would see some type of exponential growth blow off top thing, and altcoins would do good and all that stuff. But this number kind of shows how the economy is doing, and 20% of the data is employment, manufacturing employment. And I specifically said with 20% of the data measuring employment, my only concern is that manufacturing employment is likely to be impacted by the advancement being made by AI and robotics. And what do you know? The next day, the day after I posted that, Boston Dynamics is like, we're filling Hyundai's factories with Atlas bots. And it's going to be mass produced. We're also sending them to Google. There's no way these are not going to affect the ISM PMI manufacturing numbers. These bots, maybe not immediately, but probably relatively fast, they're going to be replacing people in the manufacturing field. Look at this. This is what you do in a car factory. You put the car together. If the robot can do that, guess what? The company does not have to pay for your insurance for your effed up back and your neck and your arthritis and your Vicodin and your physical therapy or your injury, any of that. Because the robot is probably cheaper. If this robot's 20 grand, that's probably 50% of the price. That's half of what they pay their workers a year, probably. And they can basically buy 2 bots for every 1 employee that they would. And after a year, the bot has paid for itself. After 6 months, the bot's paid for itself. I don't know. It's crazy. And they don't have to adhere to any like hours or anything like that. The bot can just work 24 hours. It's gonna get nutty. I think it's gonna, not to be too depressing right out the gate. It's just the data is gonna be skewed for sure. I don't know if we can rely solely on the ISM PMI manufacturing index for the business cycle anymore. I think we're gonna have to kind of shift. We're gonna have to pivot or something. Something's gonna have to change. Anyways, Bitcoin $93,518, looking good. Hopefully this closes bullish engulfing. If it doesn't, I would like the next candle to fill whatever gap is left. We have not quite filled our CME gap though, so I would not be surprised if this does this, and then this, and then it just goes down there, and then it goes up. And everyone's gonna freak out when this happens because they got bearish and bullish within like 6 hours today. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's over! Oh my gosh, we're back!" And now we're hesitating. So everyone's a little bit confused. I find it quite exciting. This is the volatility that you are supposed to trade in the bull market. And it feels very much like a bull market. Look at the liquidity alone, the volume. Look at the volume alone. That, I don't know, it makes such a huge difference when the market actually moves. You don't have to rely on these little baby candles and, sit on like the 12-hour time frame and make a trade and babysit it for an entire day. It's out of control. Bitcoin looks awesome. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. 12 hours. Whoops, get our zoom. Okay, we liquidated some bears. We've got 93,875 and then 96,341. 93,875. What did I say? 96,341. Is that what I said? Let's go see. Hold on. 96,341. Whoa. I have a good brain today. 92,679. I'm not going to do that again. Oops. 92,679. And the bottom. I guess I'll go all the way down to 89,540. Now, if we hit that, that would fill our CME gap as well. So there's money to be made filling that CME gap for sure, because they could at least hit this 86 million right here. What's going on, Flexa? I am on live chat. Okay. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Appreciate you guys for being here. ETH actually doing better than Bitcoin, up 1.89% on the day, currently trading at 32.86, 32.85, 46. Working our way slowly but surely to 33.66. I like that we're holding above 3K and 32.50. That's even better. Volume looks great. We did get a confirmed red dot on Market Cipher back here, which has since, I think, been invalidated. I really like these beefy candles. We have like a pretty fat cloud on the upper half of Market Cipher, so we got to be careful, because that could signal some, I guess, overhyped price action, at least on the 4-hour time frame. We're about to get a bullish cross over the moving average on the RSI. Let's see. Fahid said LOL. Solana is up 2.26, 2.23% on the day, currently trading at 140.98. We are above our upper trend line. We've talked about this a million times now. This pattern, the blue lines, both of the thick blue lines right there, were strictly for this right here. This right here broke out with a lovely inverse head and shoulder. That inverse head and shoulder created this neckline, which we extended all the way out here. But in doing so, it touched the bottom trend line, failed the upper trend line after we got our breakout. We got our breakout, fail, support, break, all-time high, which is awesome. So the blue and the purple lines are incredibly relevant, and we are sitting back above the blue line. We've repeated this so many times where we come in and we either touch the lower trend line, we touch the neckline, or we just touch the upper trend line, and then we go back up. Solana remains bullish in this scenario, in my opinion. It looks great, breaking above both neckline and upper trend line. We got 2 confirmed red dots on market cipher, positive money flow. Volume slowly creeping up, which is good. About to get a bullish cross over the moving average, potentially kind of consolidating up here, so I'm a little bit concerned at a possibility of a breakdown. But if we do, I would like to hold the neckline at least around 130. As of right now, that support retest, if you would have bought that, you'd be up 8%. Pretty good trade, not financial advice. But I like it. It looks good. Total 3 is up 0.1% on the day, currently trading at 909.79 billion. I want to get above 910, obviously, but anything above 900 makes me happy. As long as we're staying above that, or at least 883, but 900 is preferred. I'm liking what I'm seeing. What do we got? Any kind of obvious patterns or anything? We've looked at this a bunch recently. We had this like descending channel wedge thing right here, and we kind of chopped out of it. Got our, I'm going to call that a retest, and then we're breaking up now. And I'm totally okay with all of that. We got our lower low if you want to go from like a double bottom kind of argument. Regardless, I like where we're heading. It looks good. Getting above 940 next is going to be a big one for me. RSI could use a little cooling off. We got a confirmed red dot back here that has been invalidated. Big fat cloud in the upper half of market cipher again, which leads me to think that eventually we are either going to have to consolidate or come back down. Maybe retest our trend line right here. Trend line goes back to, I think, August of 2024 on total 3. Yeah, August of 24. That's that one that's kind of vague and unconvincing. But it does touch these two, so I'm going to leave it there for now. Maybe it'll become relevant down the road. Or maybe it's just useless and it helps us visually. ADA is down 0.57% on the day, currently trading at 41.88. Having trouble getting above 42. We got a big fat wick right here, indicative of some selling pressure. Hopefully this candle closes bullish engulfing, but we'll see. Volume could be a little bit better. We got 2 big fat red candles. Green candle is unimpressive. RSI slowly but surely retracing. A price pullback to 38, or even like if we just chopped in between 40 and 42, would probably do it and allow that RSI to reset. So we'll look for that. That'll give us more room to the upside. Everything else looks good though. RSI got that bearish cross over the moving average. We had a confirmed green dot in market cipher at the Pico low and a confirmed red dot right here, which was a little interim, like I'm going to call it a midpoint because not necessarily a top, but it looks good. Silver, S&P, Bitcoin, everything was kind of exploding to the upside today. SNEC is down 0.75%, currently priced at 0.0011. I like it above 1/10 of a cent. It's at 1.1 tenths of a cent. We got our bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI back on yesterday, and we have since rejected that moving average and are trending down. 2 confirmed red dots on market cipher, so maybe this cloud will flip to the bearish side or flip to the lower half of market cipher, and then maybe that can give us enough momentum to continue to the upside later. Volume could be a little bit better, but this is just specific to MXC. Midnight down 8.17%. We talked about this retesting 7.5 cents, and so far that looks like exactly what happened. I'd like to see a rebound from here. If it doesn't, though, then it's probably going down to 64 minimum. We do have our triangle here, and we talked about that too, how the first move is usually the false move. So we got our breakout, retest, confirmation, resistance, breakdown. Hopefully this support gives us the momentum to get above. I did talk about how I don't like getting to the apex of the triangle and then breaking. That seems lazy. Calling this a breakout. It kind of had no choice. Eventually it was going to break up or down, and it eventually chopped its way down outside of the triangle. RSI almost fully reset. It was oversold for a hot second. We got a green dot on the momentum wave point to the upside. Money flow is negative, but we'll see where we end up. XRP down 2.1%, currently trading at 229.85, looking good. We got a rejection around 240, break below 228. We got a bounce off of 222. Can we stay above 225 psychological level? It does look like I would like to see, I guess, if I'm like fully fantasizing this scenario, some kind of flag, and that flag allowing the RSI to fully retrace and give us more room to the upside later. That is what I'm hoping all of these charts are doing. All these charts are setting up. Right now, volume looks great. RSI is back in the safe zone. We got a red dot in the momentum wave pointing to the downside. Money flow has been positive since the beginning of January, so we're in a good spot. I'm going to skip some for now. Let's go Arrow down 0.5%, trading at 60 cents. Is the White House thing still up? Yeah, I'll close this so that it's not sucking up my my precious CPU. I was looking at RAM prices again earlier. I was like, geez, because you guys literally like peer pressured me into getting more RAM like 2 months before it exploded. I paid, I think, $55 for my RAM. It's $250 now. That's insane. I was like, what happened? And I have like a solid state drive sitting on my coffee table right now that I haven't installed yet. I think that has like 5x'd in price. I don't know what happened to the computer components prices, but my little argument of computers being cheaper to build than buying a console, I think, has gone completely out the window. Oh, man. All right. Aerodrome, getting that selling pressure wick and that big fat bearish engulfing candle, followed by the potential bullish engulfing candle. I don't know if that's just a bounce. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what caused this either. The red, I think, was just us reaching that overbought point, but the green is a little bit confusing. I was not expecting a big fat bounce there. Definitely liquidated some bears. The red probably liquidated some bulls as well. What's next? Bartcoin. Bartcoin, surprising everyone, once again, currently up 5.06%, trading at 45,178. Is this thing gonna go up to 50 cents next? I like it when this does well. It makes me happy. It has been a pretty persistent uptrend since the bottom here on January 1st. Very cool. Volume also consistently increasing. That's what we like to see. The confirmed red dot on market cipher meant absolutely nothing, which is also awesome. I would like to see, I guess, the RSI cool off, but if we're going to keep going up and nobody cares, then I'm totally fine with that as well. CAS needs a little bit of a break. And by a little bit of a break, I mean a little bit of a break to the upside, preferably. Yeah, we get downtrend after downtrend. Hopefully this doesn't turn into another downtrend. I'd like to see it go up above, I don't know, I want to see it get back to 10 cents, to be completely honest. It's at 5 right now, which is great. But it's still, I think it had a really big last couple of years. And then the past 12 to 18 months, it's been cooling off from that for sure. So definitely need a little more attention, a little more momentum. Avalanche up 1.0 or 1.11% on the day, currently trading at 1460. So with Avalanche, we talked about this before a bunch as well. This legacy trend line that goes all the way back to 2020. Big deal, getting back above this trend line right here, December 2020. And today, January 6th, 2026. It's been 6 years. So, well, technically it's been like 5 years and 1 month. But I like getting back above that. Going below it spooked me a little bit. But it was a heavy accumulation zone for sure. Just because we've never really closed below that or hung out really below it for any successful period of time at all, really. So we're back above it. We're at 1461, looking good. We have a descending channel here that we got back above the upper trend line of, which is awesome. Next stop, hopefully 1597 or 16, even better. We'll see what comes of it. RSI cooling off. This is exactly what we want to see. This, unfortunately, is bearish div. but we need a reaction before we can call it bearish div. Right now, we just have a decreasing RSI while the price is consistently increasing, and like no definitive trend. Like if it was this right here, something like that, that would be, yes, bearish div. But for now, this is just like almost like a 45-degree angle, perfect straight line up. I'm not going to call that bearish div until you actually get a point to you know, to measure off of. So, we got 20 minutes remaining until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. We got confirmed red dots, which are doing absolutely nothing, signaling like the exact candle that it's on to be red, and then it moves on to the upside after that. Green dot on the momentum wave at the moment, positive money flow since December 26th, and RSI is in a safe spot. Volume slowly ticking up here. Chainlink up 0.79% on the day, bullish engulfing at the moment, $14. Closing above $14 for the daily close would be a big one for me. For Chainlink, honestly, I'm just happy that it's above $13.39 or even $12.68. Honestly, we're trapped below this for a little while. And then we got these two areas as well of concern. Obviously, this one just makes up that space right there. So our scaffolding has been established for us to continue to the upside, which is awesome. Funnily enough, yesterday I set up scaffolding on my job site, and the analogy just came to my brain again. I was like, wow, that's such a good analogy, because I've been using ladders, and I set up the scaffolding, and it's so easy to just walk across scaffolding. On a ladder, you got to go up, and then when you're done doing what you're doing, you got to get back down and you got to move the ladder, and it's the biggest pain in the butt. Scaffolding makes such a huge difference. All right, let's do a poll while you guys are here. Let's do a poll. Start poll. Is Bitcoin heading to 100K right now? Let's see. Do you guys think Bitcoin's going to touch 100K within the next couple weeks, couple months? January, February? Please direct your attention to the poll in the chat. Any suggestions for charts as well? Monad is up 3.14%. Pi, very nice. Currently trading at 0.02919. I don't remember where I bought. I want to say it was probably like down here, to be honest, or even over here. Somewhere in here. So I am pretty happy with my return so far. It's nothing crazy, but so far it looks pretty good. We got our inverse head and shoulder break, target hit, retest, continuation. Right now it's at 29.29. Can we get above 32 next? What if I said dump it? Don't say that. Bitcoin looks so good, dude. I love it. There's a little bit of euphoria returning to this space pretty quickly. Every time it gets euphoric, I'm like, uh-oh, I better open up shorts. And then I never do it. Pengu's up 3.19% on the day, currently trading at 13,508. Beautiful bullish engulfing. Let's see if this thing eats the entirety of these candles. Closing above 1368 would be pretty sick. Read that on Market Cipher, pointing to the downside, and that candle's just eating everything, man. This is awesome. Silver stealing the show. $82.53, up 1.69% on the day. Silver absolutely shredding to the upside. We had this beautiful bull flag. I talked about my concerns with the first move being the false move. Hopefully that's not the case. It doesn't seem to be at the moment. I talked about wanting to see it go down and then up first, but it didn't do that, and it seems to be solidifying a trend to the upside outside of that triangle, which is okay with me. I talked about how the first move, false move thing I've only really witnessed in crypto, so it's okay if it does go up just exponentially out of this triangle. I'm okay with that as well. Broke above 77, and we're sitting at 82.48. Do we think... Now, I know I've polled this a couple of times, and everyone said yes, no, depending on the day. Do we think silver is going to $100? Because if we get a solid rejection, even if it just rejects right here, just for a minute, that will be some pretty solid bearish div. But that is the bearish div that we usually look for, because that bearish div will technically signal a short-term pullback and a longer-term uptrend while your RSI continues grinding to the downside. I'm just saying. Vahid said, MicroStrategy to the moon. maybe considering it just got saved today. That's actually true. It did get saved today with, what is it, the MSCI or whatever index. Let's go take a look at gold really quick. Gold also doing great. We talked about this, whoops. Actually, I should do that for gold. We talked about this pattern right here and breakup, support, continuation. We did not get that, actually. What we got was resistance, resistance, and then break. No support, really. Instead of getting our support continuation, we got like a right shoulder almost. Ricky Ricardo Film said, my toilet is a 5-gallon bucket outside. My trailer roof leaks like a serve, and I survive like a serve. And I survive on PB&J sandwiches, but I'm still stacking sats. That's the way to do it, Ricky Ricardo. That is the way to do it, my friend. Make sure you're accumulating as much silver as you can. And grab any computer RAM you can find. Saeed said, are you using some other screen today? The figures in price are appearing blurred. I am not. It might be my internet connection. Figures in price are blurred. Yeah, it should be okay. Looks good on my end. It might be your internet connection. It could be my internet connection. I've been dropping frames lately. I'm not sure why. I'm doing just as good today as I was yesterday, though. $44.99 on gold. Pretty historic, honestly. It is not far from all-time high. Tom Salkscout said, don't lie, it's your computer. I really just think it's my internet. All right, let's see. Yeah, nothing really to report with gold. It's just going to keep going, I'm sure. DXY, almost recovering that little dump that it had the other day, which is quite interesting. Strategy down 4.1% on the day. Is it? That's confusing. It shows that it's down 4.1% on the day, but it's higher than... Where did it open? Am I confused? Yeah, no. Did it gap up or down? I don't know. How is it down? Okay, that makes sense. It did gap up. That's what it was. Okay. So the 4-hour candle is green, I guess. I don't know. Down 4.1% on the day. So far, the fractal is somewhat intact. I want to see this continue. Hopefully, it grinds up tomorrow. NASDAQ up 1% on the day. The NASDAQ fractal recoupling is continuing. We like that. Hopefully, it continues, and we just get exponential growth heading into the future. We also got S&P. Another record close today following the fractal like clockwork. Look at that. Look at that. This is exactly what we wanted. I actually have it right here, the semi-transparent. I'm going to make it slightly less semi-transparent line right here, pointing towards a little bounce, and then explosive upside. So far, we're in between bounce number 0, which is pretty sick. Pretty sick. Dominance continuing to the downside for Bitcoin, 58.85. Bitcoin itself, 93,628 and 57 cents. Looking good. Let's see. Fahid, yep. Okay, everyone's caught up. We got 12 minutes remaining until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. ETH still up 2.02% on the day. Sol up 2.36%. What else is up? Snack is up 1% almost. Sui is up. Ondo's up. Polkadot is up 1%. Fartcoin still shredding the upside. Cass up 1%. Avalanche at Chainlink pretty close to 1%. Pengu's up 2. Monad is up 3. Very cool. Okay. We'll get started. We'll crack into the news a little bit. We've got this cool chart from Kaleo, Crypto Kaleo. Welcome to the beginning of the Golden Bull Run. And I've seen this a little bit. It's Livermore's speculative chart. I don't remember what this accumulation cylinder with widening mouth. So basically a ascending, broadening trend. And they're saying that's what Bitcoin's in right now. And it has hit point number 7, or G, if you will. and it's heading to 8, which is H, $225,000. That would be pretty sick. Shout out to Tyler for the inspiration. So this originally came from Tyler Durden. We do like exponential growth, so it'd be pretty cool to see if this plays out. Can I get back to my original? Yes, I can. Okay, cool. Next week, this is kind of a PSA for anyone who has like OG Bitcoin wallets. Apparently, Bitcoin core developers issued a warning about a wallet migration bug in versions 30.0 and 30.1 that can cause permanent loss of funds for users migrating from very old Bitcoin core wallets that were never renamed or upgraded, which is crazy to me. So if you guys have any kind of Bitcoin core wallet or whatever, just look into it and make sure that you're not going to get rugged by trying to move your assets. That's crazy to me. I would freak out if that happened. According to George at CryptoZaurus, U.S. Senate to vote on crypto market structure on January 15th. The U.S. Senate will vote in 9 days on the crypto market structure bill. Token classification, stablecoin framework, exchange oversight, regulatory clarity is finally arriving for digital assets. Pretty cool. What the actual F insider whale long position is now over 820 million. This guy 100% knows something, allegedly. This guy's an insider whale, and he knows something because he's got a big fat long position open. So we'll see if anything comes of that. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's not that hard to have like $800 million and to make a couple $1 million off of just like a 10-minute trade. So I personally don't take this as like something huge exponential is coming. I take this as somebody trading. People have a ridiculously large amount of money, and sometimes they just like to throw it around. But we'll see. $4.6 trillion NVIDIA CEO just said they are investing in Bitcoin mining companies. It's happening. That would be pretty sick if they came out with mining-specific hardware. Tom Salkscote said, I am Jack's complete lack of surprise. I don't know what that means. $250 billion added to the cryptocurrency market cap so far in 2026. That's pretty awesome. President Trump says U.S. market just hit another all-time high. All of them? Hell yeah. $1.3 trillion Morgan Stanley files for spot Bitcoin ETF. That one cracked me up. I think they called it like the Morgan Stanley Bitcoin Trust or something like that. And I reposted it. I was like, Morgan Stanley and trust being in the same sentence is hilarious because they were literally the ones that had to make like a whole apology commercial because they were like lying about they committed like mortgage fraud or something to make their numbers look better. Like they were lending so much money to so many more people, but they were just like, we stole a bunch of people's identity. Oopsie. That's crazy. And they're still allowed to operate as a bank in the United States. That's ridiculous, man. Crypto czar David Sachs meets with senators to help advance crypto market structure legislation. Hell yeah. $80 million worth of crypto longs liquidated in the past 60 minutes. We had a quick spike down, liquidated the longs, and then continued to the upside. Bitwise says institutions are warming up to crypto. Thank you, Bitwise. Bitcoin fell under 92K. It is now back above 93.5. Kind of crazy how fast that can happen. Literally, like the lowest it got was 91,262. People probably tripping out. Honestly, that would have been the best time for us to rip the bandit off and fill that CME gap. I'm a little bit sad that that didn't happen. Venezuelan officials in talks to export oil to U.S. Average gas price in U.S. falls to $2.81, the lowest level in 5 years. That's crazy. The lowest level in 5 years. All right. 77% chance, according to Polymarket, that the Supreme Court rules President Trump's tariffs are illegal on Friday. That Pulse Player said, hi, everyone. JJ, cheers, brother. Cheers, That Pulse Player. Appreciate you. Smash the like button on your way in. Watch Your Guru posted S&P 500 closes at new all-time high of $69.44. Literally $2, guys. $2. It could have been $69.420. Are you serious? Who effed that up? It probably was. Somebody at Wall Street was like, we can't have this immaturity. Boop. And then they just lied. I'm very upset. MSCI decides not to exclude Bitcoin and crypto treasury companies from its indexes. That's very nice of them. Guys, I'm also going to announce that I have decided not to exclude Bitcoin from my portfolios. So if you guys want to send me some Bitcoin, please feel free. I will accept. I've decided not to exclude any. That's like the most non-announcement ever. I have decided not to discriminate today. Marty Party posted market maker update. Binance clearing longs on Morgan Stanley news. They liquidated some bulls. Bitcoin Wyckoff accumulation noon January 6th. We got our little update, little retrace. Let's see if it goes all the way down. If it does, I think that because we got our, what is it, 89K? It could go down to like here. I don't see it going all the way down to 80, but you know, who knows? Who knows? Breaking: Elon Musk's XAI raises $20 billion in Series E. Strategic investors include Nvidia and Cisco investments. Investors in round include Valor Equity, Stepstone Group, Fidelity, Qatar Investment Authority, MGX, and Barron Capital Group. Saeed said all the Indians got trapped in the buy trade, placing the target of 94 last 4 hours. That's crazy. Silver surges above $79 an ounce and is now just 6% away from new record high territory. That's plus 9% since the U.S. captured President Maduro. That was 19 hours ago. AI revenue growth is accelerating. Microsoft's Azure MSFT revenue is up to a record $18.5 billion annualized as of Q3 2025. Sales more than doubled since Q4 2024 and quadrupled since Q2 2024. OpenAI's revenue is up to $13 billion, an all-time high, more than quadrupling since the start of 2024. Anthropic's sales are up to a record $7 billion, doubling nearly every 2 quarters. CoreWeave's revenue, the AI infrastructure provider, is up to $5.5 billion, rising over $100 or 100% since the start of 2024. Meanwhile, XAI and Nebius remain in early growth stages, with revenues still under $1 billion annualized. AI expansion is accelerating. Very cool. I will say, I use AI randomly, like for YouTube stuff, for personal stuff. I use it all the time. My favorite for like conversation is Grok. My favorite for image creation by far is Gemini. I think Google nailed their image generator. But I also haven't gotten too in-depth, so. Gold futures surge above $4,500 an ounce, now up $220 since the low seen last week. Gold is now less than 2% away from a new record high. Hell yeah. Silver extends gains above $80 an ounce, already up another 13% year to date. Silver is currently sitting at $82.47. Are we going to pass this wick going up to like 83.70 something? Pretty crazy. Bitcoin is 93,661 and 1 penny. All right. This is absolutely insane. Venezuela's stock market is now up 73% since President Maduro was captured. Since December 23rd, as President Trump ramped up pressure on Maduro's government, Venezuelan stock market is up 148%. Venezuela's stock market is skyrocketing. That's crazy. President Trump said, if we don't win midterms, I will get impeached. He should probably start sending people stimulus. Breaking. The odds of Democrats winning the U.S. House of Representatives in the 2026 midterms rises to 79% per Polymarket. Market thinks Republicans are set to lose the midterms. Dang. I'm telling you guys, they're gonna have to buy votes. Breaking. The S&P 500 surges into new record high territory, now up 44% since the April 2025 bottom. All right. Gas prices in the U.S. are now down to an average of $2.81 per gallon, the lowest since 2021. That's actually huge. We're set to save $11 billion. I can't wait to have $11 billion in my pocket, guys. The White House says President Trump is weighing using the U.S. military to acquire Greenland. That's insane. Bitmine has started staking ETH per CryptoQuaint. In just 2 weeks, it's staked 771,000 ETH. Just in, $1.3 trillion Morgan Stanley files an S1 registration for a Bitcoin trust with the SEC. They also did the same thing for a Solana trust, which is huge. CZ said if you are in profit, it's because of your own good judgment. If you lose, it's someone else's blank. Someone else's problem. Not fault, problem. All right, guys, we got the daily close contest coming up in less than 1 minute, so make sure you guys get your guesses ready. Let's get to the program. 36 seconds remaining. I got the rules. I got the rules for you right here. Look at that. Closest without going over wins bragging rights. Match the first 5 or 6 over 100k digits. You win 20 bucks. You match all 7 or 8 over 100k. You win a grand prize of $300. It is on the Binance USDT chart for Bitcoin. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. John Tujo said, "Tell me XCN is going to plus 0.2 cents." Please, let's see. I'll do that off camera right here. Coin market cap. XCN. It is up 7.33% on the day. Right? Yes. Okay. You want it going up to 2 cents? Oh, I mean, it's gotten there before. I feel like it's possible. Not financial advice, but I feel like it's definitely possible. All right, let's see. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you are new. I appreciate you guys for being here. We've got Tom Selleck Scope coming in with 93,630. We've got John Tujo coming in with 93,750.69. We got Tufik coming in with 93,705. Anybody else? Anybody at all? I have old computers in my closet here. I think I'm gonna dig them out and see how much the RAM is worth and sell it. Because the computers are just sitting there. I should probably toss them. I think it's time. We got that Pulse player coming in with 93,333. We've got Dixie Flatline coming in with 93,690. Very nice. All right. What's not laid out in the rules is the time limit. You guys get from 6:50 p.m. EST to 6:55 p.m. EST, so you get a 5-minute window to guess, and then the remaining 5 minutes before the daily close is for me and my nonsense. And then when time is up and we achieve the daily close for the Bitcoin price, I name the winner, which will strictly be determined on the actual price. On the Bitcoin Binance USDT chart, Bitcoin currently trading at 93,635 and 49 cents, looking good. We got a little bit of red going on. So far, 70% of you guys said yes, you think Bitcoin is heading to 100k right now. 7 out of 10 votes said yes, Bitcoin is heading to $100,000. Hell yeah, I'll take those odds. Do we got any more guesses for the daily close contest? You guys got 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining on the clock to get your guesses in. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Oh, 73. We just had one more new vote for Bitcoin heading to 100k right now. So far, we've got 2 winners of the year. Giovanni Fontes was winner number 1 and Saeed Quadri was winner number 2. Both are holding first place with 1 win. Anything can change overnight. I guess over close. Bitcoin 93,695 and 98 cents. Risk it 101 coming in with 93,760. Okay. Oh my goodness. 93,692 and 64 cents. We got a pretty decent sized wick to the downside, indicative of some buying pressure on the 1 minute time frame. Let's see. That Pulse player said hard to beat Tyler in 2025. That's true. That is true. You guys got a whole nother year now, and Tyler's nowhere to be found. 93,692 and 63 cents. This is your final minute. 52 seconds remaining to get your guesses in. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to smash the like button. Share the stream with your like-minded friends and family. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before April. I think we need about 702 704 subscribers within the next 4 months, which I think is totally doable. What do you guys think? 20 seconds remaining to get your guesses in, and it's on my clock. I know that there's a delay, so it's up to you guys to keep track of a atomic clock elsewhere on your own time. I'm at 8 seconds remaining. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. I do see John Tujo asking for a change. I'm going to allow it. Coming in with a 93,760.69. All right. Sort these bad boys. Get them up on the board. Bitcoin 93,712 and 1 penny. We've got 93,760.69 from John Tujo. He might have just strategically placed himself in the running for the victory. We got Risk It 101 coming in with 93,760 even. Ooh, right below. John literally caps Risk It. Wow. I didn't even notice that. It's getting cold-blooded. 93,705 from Tufik. Putting themselves in the lead for a victory. Dixie coming in with a guess of 93,690. Nice. And then we've got 93,630 from Tom Selleck's Goat. I believe our second place winner for 2025. And then we've got that pulse player coming in with 93,333. Very low, nice size gap. Saeed said price was blurred. I could not see the figures properly. Bitcoin 93,734 and 45 cents. Oh my gosh, my eye is so itchy. All right. These are the guesses, ladies and gentlemen. Currently, Tufik is in the lead with a guess of a 93,705, followed by Risk It 101 and John Tujo, kind of capping each other. Risk It with 93,760, John with 93,760 and 69 cents. Would be pretty poetic if Risk It somehow won the $300 prize with a spot-on perfect guess. That would be pretty crazy. Guys, we got 2 minutes and 52 seconds remaining on the clock. John said Brisket kind of capped me first. Ooh, I like the... I don't know if that was a voice-to-text autocorrect or if you're calling him Brisket as like a slur. I kind of like both options. They're pretty hilarious. John Tujo taking the lead with his guess of 93,760 and 69 cents and his Risk It 101 cap. Bitcoin 93,776 and 55 cents. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting exponential growth on the 1 minute time frame. This is why we like the 1 minute. It is volatile, it is mean, and it is perhaps a little erotic, some might say. John said it was auto-corrected, but I kept it. I like it. Brisket 101. Oh, that reminds me of Mark Zuckerberg when he was like, we're sitting here smoking some meats. We're just smoking meats. And he just kept saying that. What a goofball. Bitcoin 93,786 and 26 cents. And we are continuing with the green. 73% of you guys think it's heading to 100K. It's pretty dang close. Not gonna lie. I'm pretty stoked. My question is, what's gonna happen to altcoins if Bitcoin breaks 100K again? We're getting a little red here. 93,771 and 86 cents. John said he shouldn't have tried to cap my ass. Ooh. Get spicy in the chat. Fight. 93,771 and 86 cents. You know what would be kind of cool? Maybe we'll do a bracket system. John Tujo still in the lead with his guess of 93,760 and 69 cents. We've got 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining. Bitcoin a little indecisive here. Is it going to be red or green? 3, 2, 1. We got a red 1 minute time frame candle. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Tujo in the lead with his guess 93,760 and 69 cents, capping Risk It 101, just 69 cents above him. Bitcoin price 93,776.56. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? We are overbought on the 1 minute time frame and getting more green candle. 35 seconds remaining on the clock. 93,782.61. Let me zoom in here. Oh, red, really quick. 25 seconds remaining. It's getting pretty damn close. Holy cow. Tufik now back in the lead with their guess of 93,705. Bitcoin price 93,747 16 cents. It's getting exponentially red. 12 seconds remaining. Is it going to pop back up or continue to the downside? 7 seconds left. 93,742 49. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Tufik stealing the win from John and Riskit 101 and Dixie with their guess of 93,705 and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 93,747 and 97 cents. Congratulations, Tufik. Yay on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. Bitcoin daily close price 93,747 97, 93,747 97, 93,747 97. Congratulations, Tufik, once again on your victory, ladies and gentlemen. Spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. 93,705 even. Very cool. Congratulations, my friend. Whew. I'm so scoped. Dixie, Tufik, John Tujo, and Riskit 101 all competing, and Tufik takes the victory for the day. Zoom out. Spam the bananas in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, for our winner. Oh, that Pulse player also participated. Very cool. Banana spam incoming. All right. All right. Let me add you to the winner's Google Doc. Cool, cool, cool. Very cool. Bananas in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, Tufik said, finally won one. Congratulations, your first win. And it's the beginning of the year, too, so you do have a chance to win it for the year as well. Just keep on winning every single day. Can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 93,705 even and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 93,747 and 97 cents on January 6th, 2026. Tufik's prize is an orange dreamsicle. Congratulations, Tufik, on your victory. Feel free to lick it and pass it. You can break pieces apart. You can feed it to a local seagull or maybe a rat or something. Or maybe a capybara. Maybe you live in a tropical climate and you want to feed it to an elephant or something. You can feed it to your friends and family, your fellow coworkers, your fellow competitors. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. All right. Oh my gosh, I think I'm breaking my chair. Let's get back into the news segment. Bitcoin, pretty tame here. We did get bullish engulfing on the 4-hour time frame. Look at that. Beautiful bullish engulfing daily close. Let me make this less transparent. Again, I gotta fix it. Whoops. Okay. Bullish engulfing candle. Very cool. It's exactly what we like to see. Derek said is dang. I think it's a little too big. It depends on the size of your screen though. I guess if you're looking at on a phone, it's probably pretty accurate. Bitcoin dominance, I'm sorry, 58.87. Close below 59. That's exactly what we like to see. Let's see if alts continue to have their green streak or not. So far, so good. Silver looking good as well. Continuing to the upside. Let's see what Bitcoin decides to do. Okay, we got CZ cracking up because he stole billions of dollars from everybody. I'm joking, by the way. I don't think he's an actual thief. I do think he's a criminal. Cointelegraph posted, Polymarket added taker fees to its 15-minute crypto markets. Fees to liquidity providers. Fees go to liquidity providers. Most markets stay zero fee. Very cool. China's central bank to strengthen crypto oversight and advance the digital yuan in 2026. Thank you, Bank of China. Solana stablecoin transfer volume hit 11.7 trillion in 2025. That's huge. Bitcoin Depot, I don't know if you guys know, Bitcoin Depot, I think, is like the biggest Bitcoin ATM place. They agreed to pay $1.9 million settlement in Maine over crypto kiosk scam losses from 2022 to 2025. Victims must file claims by April 1st, 2026. I don't know if this is only for people in Maine or if the case was just in Maine. I know that those ATMs were used for a lot of people to scam other people. Mr. Roberts said I'm late. Got here just in time for Nanners and Drums. Hello, JJ. Hello, good people. What's going on, Mr. Roberts? Daylight savings time will soon be over. Let's actually look that up. When does daylight savings time end? When does daylight savings end? March. So we got a couple months. At least it's before April. So once daylight savings is over, then we'll finally be able to get back to like regularly scheduled programming where people will actually be able to be here for the daily close. Derek said it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, Mr. Roberts. Oh boy, excuse me. Bullish. Spot Bitcoin ETFs attracted roughly $1.2 billion in net inflows in the first 2 days of 2026. Very cool. David Sachs met with U.S. senators to support progress on a Bitcoin and broader crypto market structure bill. The U.S. Supreme Court set Friday as a possible ruling day on Donald Trump global tariffs. Friday is going to be a big day if they do rule yes or no, no matter what. It's going to be monumental. Yes, obviously removes any uncertainty regarding that stuff. No, I think we'll be super bullish because when we got yes, we saw everything, volume, everything, pretty much just volume and liquidity plummet to basically near zero in participation on the crypto markets on Liberation Day, which was April 2nd last year. So it's going to be crazy if they rule against him. Trump's probably going to be like pooping his pants on live TV, talking about how much money they have to pay back or something. I would assume if they ruled against tariffs that they would rule against them, like they would not retroactively make the tariffs like you have to pay people back. I think that'd be kind of ridiculous, personally. But who knows? Who knows? BitMEX has selected Chainlink data streams to power its new equity perps, enabling fast and reliable pricing across stocks, ETFs, and more. Mr. Roberts said, hello, Goat Gourmet. Hey, what's up, D? Who's D? Oh, Derek. Tom Solix said, that's why I always send Target gift cards to scammers. Right, right. I like to give them PlayStation Network. Just make it as useless as possible. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, what's up, all? Late to keep accumulating? Of course. Analyst Timothy Peterson expects a crypto market rally in the near term. Thank you, Timothy Peterson. If you guys are not aware, a little shameless shill here. I think it's in the description. If you are not already signed up to Coinbase, if you sign up using my affiliate link and deposit $20 and like trade it, just make one trade of $20, then we both get $30. So you can literally do that and then remove the money from the exchange, and then you just make a free $30. I make a free $30. We're kind of extracting $60 from Coinbase and all the profit making that they have. So it's up to you if you want to sign up or not, or if you're already signed up. You do have to KYC and stuff, so just remember that. Bitcoin getting a little red here, 93,570 and 29 cents. Not looking too awful, not looking too great. We're just kind of chilling. This actually looks like the thing from my thumbnail the other day. Let me see. I saw it while I was bookmarking all of this, and I was like, whoa, that's literally my thumbnail. Right here. Hold on, can I zoom in? Right there, that thumbnail. The It's Happening thumbnail. That looks exactly like it. I was like, whoa, that's my thumbnail picture. It's like prophetic. Okay. Bitcoin taker sell volume exceeded 2.3 billion in the past 3 hours. Pretty crazy. Gourmet Brand said Trump taking 30 to 50 millimeter bubbles of oil from Trump's Zuela. He just posted 30 to 50 million barrels of oil. Okay. He posted. Thank you very much. I'm excited. How are the roads?
They're getting bad.
Okay.
It's like that weird, it's not snow coming down, it's rain, but it's freezing before it hits the ground. So it's ice chunks hitting you, and then it's just slush.
Wow.
And it's pulling your tires, like, you know, so it's getting bad.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yep, love you.
All right, love you too. A Polymarket trader reportedly made over $400,000 betting on Nicolas Maduro's political future, according to Business Insider. Representative Richie Torres is proposing a ban on officials trading with non-public information. That's not going to make a difference. It's all decentralized. Are they crazy? All you need is a VPN. On Truth? Okay. I see. We might have, I hate to sign up to another stupid thing, but we might have to just for those live updates. Tom Selkscott says, sounds like you need to put some snow tires in it, right? No, in Michigan, we are used to snow, so we don't need tires with a different name to make us, like, psychologically think we know how to drive in the snow. I wasn't going to commit to that bit, but I really wanted some, so I had to wait a minute. It takes a long time. It's a strawberry shake. Okay. Huge. The S&P 500 just printed a new all-time high of 69.44. I'm so disappointed that that wasn't 69.42. That was the biggest missed opportunity, man, I swear. Provocative thoughts on altcoins. The next time you're tempted to buy near all-time highs because it might do another 2x, don't. The better entries come when fear is so high you have to change your underpants while thinking this is going to zero. That is true. I've done that several times. I make a purchase and then I take a shower because you feel dirty. Others, it's time. We got others dominance once again, hitting a trend line. Pretty cool stuff. I like the volume. RSI looks great. Yeah, let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Bull Theory posted 10 a.m. manipulation continues. Bitcoin has dropped 3K and liquidated 220 million worth of longs in the last 3 hours. $80 billion wiped out from the crypto market, while Dow Jones hit a new all-time high today and precious metals are near all-time high. This is truly insane. What if it's just the exchanges like liquidating everyone trading crypto and then they're just going buy gold with the money? That'd be like the meanest thing in the world. That straw is not big enough for this. Okay, we got a big one from Bull Theory. Will alt season finally happen in 2026? Yes, it's possible. Let me explain. The historical cycle most people forget. Altcoin cycles don't start randomly. They usually start after others BTC bottoms and breaks out. In Q4 2016, alt BTC bottomed, the breakout came soon after, and Q1, Q2 2017 turned into a strong altcoin run. In Q4 2020, the same thing happened. Alt BTC bottomed again, broke its downtrend, and Q1, Q2 2021 became the next major alt cycle. Both times, the pattern was clear. Bottom first, breakout, altcoins outperformed Bitcoin in the following quarters. Where we are now in 2026, alt BTC has been in a downtrend for almost 4 years. RSI is most oversold ever in history. MACD turning green after 21 months. Possible bullish crossover. The downtrend appears to have bottomed in Q4 2025 and is now very close to breaking out. The structure today looks very similar to the periods right before previous altcoin runs. The Russell 2000 connection. Now look at equities. The Russell 2000 is trading above its previous all-time high and holding well. This index matters because it reflects risk appetite. In late 2016, the Russell broke out first. Altcoins followed in 2017. In late 2020, the same thing happened. Altcoins followed in 2021. The similar Russell breakout has happened again in Q4 2025. This time, Russell breakout was delayed by 1 year. Why this cycle feels delayed? Many expected this setup in 2024, but key triggers were missing. The Fed balance sheet was still contracting, liquidity was tight, risk appetite was low. Those conditions only started improving toward the end of 2025. So the cycle is not broken, it simply shifted forward by about 1 year. Why 2026 could be the year of alts. Right now, we have alt BTC bottoming in Q4 2025, Russell 2000 breaking out in Q4 2025, liquidity starting to improve, potential regulatory clarity heading into 2026. None of this guarantees an alt season, but historically, when these pieces lined up together, alts went on a big rally. And the chart shows a possibility. I like it. Great post for Bull Theory. Go follow him if you haven't already. We got Joshua Jake posting, altcoins are starting to look incredibly bullish on the monthly time frame. MACD bullish, RSI bullish, stochastic RSI bullish. Bears seem to be running out of steam. You can only sell so much. Ratio total market cap excluding top 10 to Bitcoin. Very nice. I do like the obscure charts. Bitcoin still chilling. 93, 559, 68. Congratulations, 2FIC, once again on your victory. Enjoy your orange creamsicle. Next, we've got bar chart posting. Largest 10 stocks now account for more than 35% of total U.S. market value. The highest concentration in more than 100 years. Probably fine. That's crazy. U.S. equity risk premium is now negative. On a risk-adjusted basis, stocks offer zero return for investors. That's also crazy. Investment managers have now built the largest crude oil short position in nearly 20 years. I wonder if that's actually going to print for them. Gold soared more than 64% last year, the best year since 1979. Natural gas getting dumped to its lowest prices since August. I'm excited about this. Natural gas going down in winter literally blows my mind. JY's Adventure said they cheated my Nick Shirley coin, JJ. Any sign of hopium? Oh no. You got to get out while the getting's good, buddy. Let's go see. Is it on my stupid watch list? Nope. That must have been Nick Shirley that cheated it then. Oh, that's not really a cheat. The retrace. What am I on? 15-minute, 4-hour? Okay. Yeah, that's what happens. What's nice is you got bullish div. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that means it's going to go up from here, but the potential is there for sure. $4 million market cap still? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure it'll... Honestly, I'm not saying buy this, but it might pop off every time he makes like a new appearance. And if they start talking about these Somalian daycares again, which I'm sure they will, it's probably going to pop off again. Anyways, natural gas getting dumpy literally in the middle of winter makes me happy because that's how I heat my home. Philly said, hey, Doodles Ham Gourmet, Nick Shirley is a god if he manages to stay alive. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. I'm glad that fraud got exposed. I really am. Elon literally just retweeted Nick Shirley. It blows my mind. Peanut went to 2 bill, but a person that tokenized themselves is being ignored and hated. I don't know about hated. I think the problem is it's a Zora thing, and nobody even knows what the hell Zora is. If you would have made a Nick Shirley like Solana coin, probably would be a couple $1 billion right now. The tokenized animals are all on Solana. Crypto Twitter. All right. Yeah, excited for natural gas taking a big poo-poo. Silver markets remain historically tight. Silver lease rates, the 1-month borrowing cost for silver in the UK, stand at around 7.3%, well above the average levels seen in 2025. Under normal market conditions, silver lease rates remain stand zero, whatever that means, when supply and demand are in balance. Currently, elevated lease rates are indicating severe supply shortages, a clear sign of market stress. Severe silver supply shortages. That is a sentence. Physical silver has become incredibly scarce amid the historic rally. Brace for more volatility in the silver market. Jay Shear said, damn, I missed the close. Derek said Peanut was such a weird thing. Honestly, Peanut was the only one that I actually felt justified about. The rest of them were they're like, oh, a cute animal. Peanut, like, the state literally, like, murdered this poor squirrel. Which I hope those people are either suffering or in prison. I don't think murdering an innocent animal is okay. Even if it bit me, don't be a dumbass. I don't know. I'm not a fan. My favorite thing in the world is when I say something and people are like, you value a dog's life more than a human's? Yes. Is that even a question? That's a stupid question. Supreme Court may force President Trump to refund over $133 billion in tariff revenue. See, this is what I'm worried about. If this happens, I think we might be in a little bit of trouble. It's going to be the biggest crap show if that goes down. Jay Shear said, yo, sup, my guy? Peanut. Peanut was a weird thing. Rest in peace, little buddy. For real, rest in peace, Peanut. Marty Party posted, it begins quantitative easing. This is, so everyone was pointing out the little baby spike, which made me think of the stupid meme. Let me pull it up. Hold on. I gotta pull it up every time I think about it because it's a great meme. This guy right here. This meme. Every time we had this going on. But it is actually like amounting to a little bit of a little bump right now, which is pretty funny. So we'll see what becomes of that. I'm excited for the diet quantitative easing that we're getting right now, which is bubbling up to be a lot larger than they said it was going to be. And last but not least, we've got total put call ratio falls to its lowest level since May. Traders are bullish. Let's go. Bitcoin 93,486 and 11 cents. JOAS Adventure said, is my thought process wrong here though, JJ? Rest in peace, Peanut. Sure, but come to its same shut up, but next surely way more famous. Well, like you said, it's because it's Zora. Yeah, it's Zora. It's a niche within a niche. So crypto right now is already suffering like liquidity issues. And then you get into like DeFi or meme coins, which is a second layer. And then you get into Zora, which is like a third or fourth layer beneath all of the surface layer stuff. So I don't think people don't want to leave Solana. I think people just, because Zora is such a weird thing. It's so different from traditional like meme coining. It's people don't want to learn a new thing, even if it is relatively similar. It seems like you're like buying someone's Facebook profile or something. It's confusing. I'm even confused. I didn't know you could trade it on Deck Screener. That's a huge win, I think, but it's still confusing. J. said, I'll tell you what, the Harambe play will be legendary this year. Oh, 100%. I'm stoked for Harambe, dude. I can't believe that actually worked. I literally like accidentally saw it on my stupid calendar and I was like, this is a great idea. Honestly, I might just buy some right now. Is this the right one? Goes back to 2024. Harambe. 1 year, 11 months, 1 year, 6, 111, 111, 111, 111. 2 years, 7 months. There's one on Hex. It's got to be 1 year and 11 months and 20 days. Yeah, that's got to be the one. This can't be though. I thought I had marked on the chart. Maybe it went away because all of this got all screwed up. I don't know. This is confusing, man. Deck Screener's confusing. What's Harambe? Harambe is the gorilla that was shot. It's a very famous internet meme. Dicks out for Harambe. Moment of silence. Rest in peace, Harambe. Mr. Robert said, I'm still holding a good bag of soul, the bastard. Honestly, with Morgan Stanley signing up, we should see a relatively large amount of institutional fraud pumping the numbers for Sol, which should benefit our bags. That's supposed to be a joke, but it probably won't end up being. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's why they like crypto so much, because they're like, oh, we can commit more fraud on crypto. You remember when we got in trouble for lying about the quantity of mortgages that we like pretty much set up in other people's names? We can get away with that with crypto. Okay, so the Harambe play, again, I don't know if this is the right chart, but we had talked about it like a year ago, 2 years ago on stream, and I had said we should front run Harambe's death anniversary, because whenever his death anniversary comes up, the like internet volume, let's call it, spikes. People talk about it everywhere. Dicks up for Harambe, rest in peace Harambe, blah blah blah. So the meme coin gets a good spike in volume. Well, his death anniversary I think is in May. Do I have it on here? I think I screwed it up again. Where is Harambe's death anniversary? Did I not put it on my phone again? What day did Harambe die? Harambe died. It is May. It is May 28th. So April, I set this alert. I'm going to put this in here. It's not in here. I thought it was in here. Task. All right. So April, or actually March, honestly, we need to buy some Harambe. And then on May 28th, or preferably like a week or two prior, we sell because it'll be topped out. People will be front running and we'll make probably 100%. Buying right now might not be a bad idea. It's got a $1 million market cap. That's so ridiculously small. If we go to the market cap chart, let me see. He's died May. So March it blows up. April, May. Yeah, May 19th. Leading into his death anniversary right here. It blew up. And his death anniversary was on the 28th. People started selling, front running. And by the 28th, it had already fallen 37%. And then the following year, March, April, May, boom, you get another spike. So let's say you buy it in April, like we're going to. March, April. That spike right there is 300%. 276, 300%. So, I don't know. Buying right now might be silly, but maybe I'm just going to start dollar cost averaging into it. It's just, you get a big spike in volume on the internet. Big spike in Harambe-related traffic. And it seems like a win-win. Winning strategy. We might actually, it might be a good idea to do that with Peanut, too. Peanut the squirrel. Updated Peanut the squirrel die. Peanut the squirrel died on October 30th. Really? That's so messed up. I hope the people that did that are miserable. I really do. All right, let's go take a look at Ray. Gourmet said, do you guys mess around with these memes? I'm just not attracted to them. I guess short-term plays are fun. See, I used to do a whole meme segment. I don't really do it anymore, honestly. Ray is pushing up still. Very nice. But yeah, I got wrecked too many times on it to really dedicate too much time to it. I still have a good chunk of bags if they ever do anything. I'm sure memes will make a comeback. I just don't think that time is right now, personally. I think Monad has a ton of potential. I like the Zora stuff for potential as well. Solana memes are, I think, suffering a little bit. Maybe from like over diversification fatigue. It just seems way too oversaturated, the Solana meme market, in my opinion. XRP waking up a little bit here. Midnight also waking up a little bit here. What else do we got? Monad up 3.69%. Very nice. Silver still continuing its pump. DXY. I really like dominance being below 59. I think that's a big deal. If this thing continues to drop, alts are going to definitely outperform. I can't believe that Pulse player asked, what's Harambe? I can't believe you're, like, have internet and you don't know what Harambe is. That blows my mind. A lot of people don't, though. My favorite was Amanda from Smosh. Does anyone here watch Smosh at all? It's such good. Like, Smosh is like classic YouTube. Good improv, good comedy. JOS Avenger said, nah, it's just like the Solana meme traders are super complex, like pro Fortnite players. I don't even know if it's like that. I think most of them still lose money. They're just idiots. Is that going to get me in trouble? We're all idiots. It just takes a special kind of idiot to be strictly one ecosystem main person. But if you make millions, then I'm an idiot, so. Okay. What was I going to do? I was doing something. What was I doing? I remember Smosh. You just entered a lobby and instantly died as soon as you get in the lobby, straight to the gulag like Call of Duty. Do they still do matchmaking? We were talking about Bitcoin dominance dropping. And oh yes, I was gonna do the portfolio update. Pulse Player said, I'm sorry, I've never heard of him. It's no worries, dude. It's just funny. It's kind of crazy. Like, it blows my mind that people still haven't heard of him. All right. Portfolio update. 1K to 10K Grok portfolio. Currently only down $450 or 45%. It's in pretty good shape. We got that dump and pump. Look at that inverse head and shoulder right there. That's actually pretty cool. Best performer so far, Solana down 16. Worst performer, Aptos down 69. Aptos has not recovered at all. It's been down 69 this whole time. Joe Avenger said these people that are turning 1K into 6, 7 figures still on Solana. Those are the ones that run Solana memes. I don't think that those people exist. I think that it's like the same 1 or 2 people. Meme coin I could be wrong though. Meme coin portfolio. Those are the people with bots and stuff like that are actually scamming people and rugging coins. Meme coin portfolio. Currently down 516, 51.6%. Best performer Pepe down 61. Worst performer GigaChad down 161. Interesting. Then we got the narrative portfolio, my favorite. And I think the best performer. Currently down 156. 156, is that correct? Or 31.2%. Recovering a lot better than everything else. There's Tau for Flexa. Flexa mentioned Tau when he came in. Tau is actually the best performer. It is only down 20 cents, 0.2%. Worst performer, VeChain, down 54%. And last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio, currently down 372, 37.2%. Best performer, Chainlink, down 8. Worst performer, Avalanche, down 58. And that's it. That is it. Let's go take a look at Tau really quick. Should we add Tau to the list? Like to the watch list? I feel like we should. Ooh, back above 287. Very nice. It didn't even spend any time in that zone. Next stop, 413. Look at this big, fat accumulation. Every drop below this is a buy. Dang, we should have been looking at this. That would have been the easiest buy in the world. Look at that. Every single time. Maybe it's a good buy just in between 3 and 4. Going right around the Brooklyn said, okay, gotcha. I just like RWAs. I mean, yeah, everyone's got their own methods and categories and all that stuff. JY's Adventure said, well, in the talk of giving yourself edge, this is why I decided to look into things like Monad or Zora, for example. Unfortunately, I guess crypto Twitter likes getting wrecked by the same small percent of people. Sorry, I'm ranting here, lol. The market is just super difficult, and I consider myself an above-average trader with the research I do. See, that's where I kind of like the concept of diversifying your asset classes. Take that knowledge, JY's Adventure, and you don't have to fully pivot. This is what I would do. If I was getting like crypto fatigue, which is what I did do, I would diversify. I would, instead of like spending 6 hours a day on crypto, I would spend 5 hours a day on crypto and 1 hour on stocks. And I would build a Robinhood portfolio. Take your crypto research knowledge, which I personally think is like stock market research on steroids, because with crypto being the Wild West, you really have to look in like really in depth to make sure you're not going to get scammed and make sure you're not buying something that's going to go down. If you take that level of research and apply it to stocks, you will be a beast. If you do sign up for Robinhood, I do have an affiliate link in the description. We both benefit from you signing up for that. I'm not a fan because of the whole Citadel GME thing, but it is unfortunately still the best way for us to get stocks without going through like a brokerage, or like going to like Edward Jones or whatever the hell. But yeah, I took my crypto knowledge and I went into the stock market and I started building a stock portfolio as well. It is a lot of fun. I have no access to Robinhood. I'm technically in a third world country. They won't let me trade stocks. Oh, dang. Let's see. Mr. Roberts said, JJ, you ever do the calculations on what percentage an asset is down versus what percentage it needs to go up to get back to even? That shit haunts my dreams. Oh, yeah. That's why that unfortunately is why people get into that whole mindset of like, oh, I got to make it all back in one trade. Especially when they start selling. Like right here. Let's say you bought Tau at 413. Right now from 413, it's only down 30%. But it's not, if you go up 30% from here, you're not going to get back to break even. You're only going to be 376. So you would still technically be down 10%. So from here, you need it to go up another 43% just to break even. Now, when something like Ohm, which we know was something of a scam, allegedly, not financial advice, don't sue me, not that you have the money to. When something like Ohm happens, you get caught up in this nonsense, which is insane. It's almost back to where it was before it blew up. These flavor of the week coins, guys, you really got to be careful with these flavor of the week coins. What time is daily close that I missed? You did miss. It is 7 p.m. EST, which eventually will push to 8 p.m. EST when we finally get back to daylight savings nonsense being over. So with Ohm, it is down. It's sitting at 8 cents right now. Once upon a time, it was trading around $6. Right now, let's say you bought around 347, where it blasted off right here. They're currently sitting down 97.66%. In order to make that money back, in order to break even, if you're not dollar cost averaging, which is where dollar cost averaging benefits you, maybe not with Ohm in particular, but if you're not dollar cost averaging and you're just holding onto your bags, in order to break even again, to get your money back, you would have to pump 4,150%. That is what Mr. Roberts is talking about haunts him. It is terrifying when something dumps that much, which is why I do not like, what is Onyx's stupid ticker? Which is why I don't like Onyx. Like, it pumps, that's really cool, and it's great for the people that just recently bought, but what about these people? What about the people that bought at 8 cents? You know? Right now, they're sitting down 87%, and in order to get back to their break even, it's got to go up 785%. That's ridiculous. JY's Adventure said I would definitely dive in when stocks come on chain, though. I'm excited for on-chain stocks. I'm excited for on-chain everything, dude. It's so nice not having to deal with all those stupid hoops to jump through. And all the app builders that like take advantage and apply fees to every little thing that you do are freaking terrified of on-chain stuff. Kind of like Luna. What's going on, John? Lunk. Yeah, Luna was crazy. I don't know. I literally, like, I didn't even know that much about crypto at the time when this happened. I don't know who sat there and was like, yes, let's mint more of the baseline currency to algorithmically bond our stablecoin to the US dollar. Let's do that. Oh man, John said, go Jasmy. Let's go take a look at Jasmy. Jasmy is another miscellaneous coin that pumps randomly that people really like. Okay, the weekly is a bad chart for Jasmy. Recovering though. I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry. This thing is at 9/10 of a cent. Let's go down to the 4 hour. I want to see it get above the purple trend line. It is pumping very nicely. Currently from the Pico low, you're up 60%. Very nice. Volume looks awesome. RSI is overbought, so be careful. You got a red dot on the momentum wave point at the downside. Money flow did just flip green, which is awesome as well. Let's get above 1 penny, and then we can start talking about some solid recovery. As of right now, yeah, I want to see it get back to like 1 to 2 cents. That's where it really, like this zone right here. This is where I think it's safe. Where it feels like a real coin. You know, like they're not just printing supply out of thin air and dumping it on everyone's heads. I will say, it stayed somewhat elevated from its previous lows, which is awesome. That's what we like to see. It did actually ride that trend line, didn't it? Interesting. Okay, so yeah, let's get above 1 penny. 1 penny is going to be psychological for sure. Yeah. Get above 1 penny, and then we also got, we're going to have resistance at 1.5. Actually, that looks like 1.6. Yep. And then 2.3. Joe has eventually a Jasmine chart. Looks like Omen XCN. Derek said, isn't Lunk that thing Planet Fitness tries to shame people for dropping weight? I don't know. That's really funny. Gourmet Brand said, Jasmine had a nice day. JY's Adventure said, infinite print bottoms out and then moves up. Exactly. And the people that buy at the bottom are the ones that are happiest. And then they talk about it and everybody else talks about it and it's great. And then you build volume and the people that have liquidity pools make money and it becomes a little economy. That's kind of what you want. Which is why Bitcoin thrives amongst everything, because Bitcoin has the longest standing established economy in the cryptocurrency space. There's more incentive for people to talk about and shield Bitcoin than anything else. We got 93, 120, or 192. 93, 192. Looking good. Looking good. That RSI is retraced. This is what I like about these violent moves, is that happened. When we first got up here, when we first got to 93, 213, right here, we were overbought. Now we're at 93, 213, and we're sitting at about 60, just below 60 on the RSI, which is in the safe zone. That is what the scaffolding build happens. That is what it does. It allows you to continue to build upon the rising price action without the bottom falling out from under you. We do still have a CME gap at 89,995 that we got to be careful for, but everything else looks wonderful. Dominance. We got any coin requests? Let's go check Fear and Greed. It's been a minute. Fear and Greed. Bam. We've got, oops. Coin market cap Fear and Greed at 49, which is neutral. Yesterday was 42, so we are slowly climbing up into greed territory out of fear and eventually extreme fear from way back when. Top 10 looks pretty similar to what it looked like yesterday. XRP did flip BNB again. It's at $2.29. BNB's at 913. Guys, subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys for being here. Join the Discord as well. The link's right there. It's also in the description. We're trying to hit 3,000 subscribers before the end of before April, not before the end of the year. Preferably 3,000 before the end of the year. That would be cool. And then let's go check the traditional Fear and Greed. 42. Okay, so we're still in fear on this bad boy. Yeah, look at that cloud right there. Last time we had something like that, big fat cloud, was June through July of 2021. And I don't think that we like June, July of 2021 as a comparison. Let's go to the daily, zoom out. June, July 2021. Oh, maybe we do. Yeah, June, July 2021. So, Bitcoin is allegedly, if we're going off the 2021 thing with the fear and greed, then we do potentially have, jeez, I gotta do this again, a second top to make. Because we got June, July 2021 fear and greed going on. We still gotta establish this pizza slice, which I'm okay with. Mr. Jinx said, morning from China. Just jumping in to say hello. Too early to stress about shit what I can't control. Oh, what you can't control, though, is your income, Mr. Jinx. We don't stress about what we can't control. What we do stress about, though, is our income. And we maximize those gains. You can also control whether or not you subscribe and share the stream. So I appreciate you. And smash the like button. All right. Bitcoin. Good morning, by the way. On the daily on Coinbase, we got this beautiful fractal, which is from our previous bottom right here. And it's almost too perfect how it's playing out. I'm wondering if this is a little too good to be true. But I'm going to keep it up there for now. We're going to see what happens. If this is confirmed, then Tishu will have been, I think, the closest for our short-term crypto winter bounce target, which would be pretty cool. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. Our RSI had a nice little consolidation break to the upside. It's not quite overbought on the daily, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. Total 3 looking great. Getting a nice little bounce to the upside. We got a clearly established trend as well. Jinx said I will screenshot and share on the Dong Discord, seeing as you ask me so nicely to share. LOL. I appreciate that, Mr. Jinx. Okay. Total 2 I think is my favorite right now. Is it? Nope, I lied. It's total 1. But I do like the fractal on total 2. We got this downtrend that we are breaking out of. And with the downtrends, for some reason, we don't really see violent moves out of the downtrends anymore. We get the downtrend, and then we chop sideways, and then we pump later. And I've talked about that extensively. But total crypto market cap as a whole is my favorite, because we have these established trends right here. The pump and dump. essentially. We got, I'm going to call this a pump and chop, a rise and fall, and a chop and dump. I don't know. You see it though. The pump takes longer and the dump takes less time. And right now, this fractal comes from back here. So the first pump coming out of the 9-month bleed, if that's going to play out like that, that would be cool. But I think I would much prefer the long drag to the upside, because I think that that would result in some pretty hefty gains for altcoins. I would at least like to make it to December 2026 with a potential $5 trillion market cap, which we did kind of top out around 4.23. So maybe it wouldn't be that too big for alts, but we'll see. Mr. Robert said, well, JJ and all good folks, I got to bounce. Happy New Year. Jesus. Excuse me. Well, JJ and all good folks, I got to bounce. Happy New Year and all the best. Peace. Take it easy. Mr. Roberts, I appreciate you guys for being here. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Enjoy. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Yeah, total 3, or total crypto market cap, not total 3. This fractal looks really good. Like, weirdly accurate fractal. Literally following exactly what's going on. So we'll see if we end up getting a little dump like January 15th, doing a little W action, and then pumping up heading into the end of the month. Yeah. It looks good, man. I'm excited. And then on the 4-hour, back to Bitcoin, which is quiet. 93,158 and 80 cents. Tire market's kind of taking a breather here. I don't want to say short because I'm really bad at shorting. But it might be lucrative to short. I think the S&P 500 is going to continue to the upside tomorrow. No matter where you put the fractal, it points to upside. NASDAQ is a little more wishy-washy for me. I'm not very good with NASDAQ, but so far it looks good. And then strategy, I think strategy needs to dig themselves out of this hole. Otherwise, it's going to get really dicey. But yeah, dominance continuing to fall. That's what I like to see. Hopefully it continues to the downside and we get some relief for alts. Excited. Altcoin relief is upon us. Midnight. Trying to pump here. I want to go check CoinMarketCap. See what's popular today. Like anything new. Trending. We've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever Shoki is. Solana, AI Cyclone, Brevis, Yuldo. That's kind of funny. Cash, Jasmine, Guy AI, Falcon Finance, Lighter AI coins, Modular XYZ. Okay, so we got a bunch of miscellaneous memes. I like that they put caution on them. Trump coin. What is Trump coin doing? Oh, we haven't even looked at this, dude. Baby Shark Universe. That's awesome. Park coin, let's go. Super Fortune, Pax Gold. Is there a silver coin as well? Jupiter Perps. Tether Gold. Pudgy Penguins. There's that funny looking face guy. Onyx coin. Pancake Swap. Aerodrome. Radium. Okay. Official Trump might do good if they win midterms. Well, no, I guess actually it doesn't really care. It looks like it likes the Maduro stuff, 470 to 545. So there was a good trade to be made there. You really got to kind of rely on the court of public opinion, though. If the public doesn't like what Trump does, then that coin's probably going to do bad. So it's a little bit of a gamble. Congratulations, Tufik, once again on your victory. Enjoy your orange creamsicle. Guys, I suppose I'm going to call it an evening. Not much more going on in the market. Hopefully, I got to get back on for an emergency live stream later. We'll see what happens, though. As always, when Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Tuesday, and good night.